right, Beer Night followers, this is the music segment of Beer Night episode 19. And we're going to go ahead and do top 5. Yes, brand new top 5.
Another top 5?
Another one.
Another one.
So this is the only thing we like doing. Top 5 thrash songs of all time.
Thrash. Like
Thrash.
Thrash metal?
Thrash metal.
So why thrash metal?
I don't know. I just threw something out there and you said yes.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
I think you picked thrash metal.
Why
Because I don't really know why, but here's why I think. I think it's almost subconscious.
Okay.
Because thrash metal was so important in laying the groundwork for most of, if not all, of modern day metal.
That's true. Yeah.
So, like, if you think of all the major offshoots of modern day metal, where they all came from, a lot of it, if not all of it, kind of gestated from thrash metal, right?
Mhm.
So, like, there's so much that comes from that.
Yeah.
There's so much that they pioneered and laid the groundwork for. Even when you start looking at like nu metal and stuff like that, right? Nu metal borrowed a lot from like the groove aspects of like Pantera.
Yeah.
But Pantera was directly influenced by all the thrash bands. I mean, there's a direct lineage there.
Very much so. Yeah.
So, like, even when bands aren't doing thrash stuff, they're still influenced by thrash in a lot of ways. And then a lot of the bands that aren't, like, even like the other more mainstream movements, I mentioned nu metal, but like metalcore, right? I mean, come on. I mean, they were using thrash metal riffs all over the place.
But what about thrash metal? What their influences come from? Pretty much like punk rock almost.
Well,
right?
no, new wave of British heavy metal.
New wave British heavy metal.
So
yeah, I see that, but
primarily
sometimes
comes
punk
from
as well.
Sure, Misfits were a big influence, a lot of
Yeah.
them. Ramones to a certain extent, but even like Venom, the early thrash band, was influenced by punk. But people always want to draw the comparison between thrash and punk. Thrash is so different from punk. If you listen to thrash and listen to punk,
very different.
The only thing that's similar is the speed, and often thrash is faster.
Yeah.
Just from a purely beats per minute standpoint, but
punk is more simplistic in their
yes, it's also what thrash did is, so the only thing the thrash and punk really have in common is the speed and the attitude. What thrash did is take the more kind of intricate stylings of Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and other new wave of British heavy metal bands and add speed and attitude to it.
Yeah.
Went faster than punk. They tend to go, just much faster and more intricate than punk does. So there's not really a huge comparison there other than just kind of tempo, pace, and then attitude. Obviously, the attitude, honestly, is the closest thing you could say to punk because it has that kind of no frills, don't give a fuck, us against the world attitude, much like punk does.
I like the fact that you're wearing a Metallica shirt and I'm wearing a Megadeth shirt. Very interesting. I'd rather be wearing a Metallica shirt.
We didn't plan that.
Not really.
We really didn't. It just kind of worked out that way.
So you think. I'm going to go ahead and start with my top 5. I'm going to go first. Top 5.
You go first.
My number 5 thrash song of all time, Anthrax, Caught in a Mosh.
Great one.
Number 5. It's fantastic. It's got a cool intro. Gets you all fucking riled up. And then the bass fucking starts chugging along. And then just everyone pops in. It's got great fast riffs.
It makes you want to be in a mosh.
Definitely. Like it's a perfect caught in the mosh. Perfect fucking song to be caught in the mosh.
Just makes you want to go like this and
exactly.
go.
Headbang, like, go. It's got a great middle section as well. Just a fun, fast, amazing. Fucking Charlie Benante is fucking fantastic. Got a little drum thing at the beginning as well. Just crazy.
So I kind of forgot. I'm sorry. Like, I'm asking this after you've already gotten into your top 5.
Yeah.
But I had a question.
Yes.
I wasn't sure. Did you want like top 5 pure thrash songs, or did you want like your favorite songs by thrash bands? Because I feel like there's a difference.
Just no. Your top 5 thrash songs of all time.
So just not your favorite songs by bands that are thrash.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the top 5 thrash songs are not going to be my top 5 favorite songs by those bands.
No.
Not even close. Although Caught in a Mosh is pretty up there. But
I mean, just no, because my favorite probably Anthrax song is Indians.
Okay,
right. But I think Caught in a Mosh is a better thrash song.
Because see, that's what I wanted to clarify is where we're at there. Okay.
All right. So you got the clarification.
Okay.
Rethink your tools.
So it's not the best song by Anthrax.
No,
it's what you
not.
think their best
thrash
song. Cool.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Or it doesn't even have to be Anthrax. Whatever.
Well, Anthrax was just your number 5, so that's why.
That's why I picked. Remember my number 4. Hold on. What is number 4? Okay. My number 4 is Megadeth, Holy Wars. That's just an amazing song. Great song. Great riffs. Again, an amazing middle section as well. Great solo section.
Not a very thrash middle section though.
No, in the middle section, no, it's not. No, it's very groovy.
Yeah.
But the rest of the song is very thrashy. Just the riffs are just fucking ridiculous. I love the riffs in that. I tried learning it on bass and never mind.
I'm playing guitar for you.
I know you can. You're a much better musician than I am. But yeah, I love that song. Great Megadeth song. Probably their best song. Period. Anyways.
Pretty damn close.
Now.
Pretty damn close.
Very much.
So that one might qualify as best song by the band, not just best thrash.
Exactly. It might qualify right there.
Might.
Good song. Make sure you check them out. That song out. If you haven't already.
It's been check out
Megadeth
Holy Wars. I'm sure you've never heard of it.
Never have. My number 3, Metallica Battery.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
Loves me some Battery. Just the riffs in that it's so thrashy. And before has that slow beginning part build up to it. And just the
classic.
Verse,
so we talked about
riffs. We talked about the song for a long time.
But we talk about stuff that's influential on later bands. So how many bands over and over and over again have ripped off that acoustic intro into some crazy ass fucking riff?
Exactly.
It's so cliche now.
It is. A lot of people do that. A lot of bands do that.
But they really pioneered that. Now, it was done before. Black Sabbath used to do that shit. Embryo, Children of the Grave, Orchid, Lord of this World. But Metallica just really took that next level with going into that just nasty kind of thrash breakneck song after this kind of well orchestrated kind of very musical acoustic intro.
And that song just ends fucking heavy as fuck as well. Love the middle section as well. The solo is just obnoxious.
Well, obnoxious is a good way to describe it. And it ends on that. Yeah, it ends on the double kick roll, and then that pure just thrash breakneck riff pace. Yeah, it just makes you want to get in the pit.
Yeah,
even more so than Caught in a Mosh and just destroy.
My number 2. This was hard because I could make this number 1. But I think number 1 is perfect where it is. Number 2 is Slayer, Angel of Death.
Angel of Death. Okay.
That's the opening song to Raining Blood, right?
Yeah.
Opening song.
Rain in Blood.
Rain in Blood. Yeah. The build up to it, and then fucking punch you right in the face with Tom Morello's scream.
Tom Morello?
Or not Tom.
Tom Araya.
His scream, and then it just fucking... That song just kicks you in the fucking nuts. It is so heavy, so thrashy. In the middle section, again, groovy as fuck.
Well, one of the sickest breakdowns ever.
Great breakdowns. Sure. And then the solo, when it goes into the solo section, they're not known for their solos, but it's just fucking straight up in your face. Fucking just fucking so thrashy. And then right after the solo, they go into that little drum breakdown right there and back into the fucking thrash riff. Just in your face fucking thrash song.
Angel Death.
The lyrics are fucking crazy too. Unbelievable. Love that song.
Good lyrics for sure.
Great thrash song. That's my number 2. My number 1 is Metallica. But what song? What thrash? Give me one guess. What do you think?
Hit the Lights?
I wish it was, but it is Disposable Heroes.
What?
Is my number 1
thrash
thrash
song.
Yes.
What? Oh, I got a bone to pick with this. Come on.
It is
number
okay,
one.
So my 5 through 2, most of the songs are in between 4 minutes to like 6 minutes.
Okay.
Right? Disposable Heroes is fucking 8 minutes of fucking just thrashing in your fucking face. But who does 8-minute songs? Metallica fucking does.
Well, 8-minute thrash song. There's plenty of people who do 8-minute songs,
Yeah,
but
8 minutes of thrash is fucking ridiculous.
So,
and the riffs in there are just obnoxiously
okay.
good.
So to your point, I see your point. Is that one of the things that always separated them from their contemporaries is their ability to write these big, epic, kind of grandiose songs within the context of thrash, and also their ability to be diverse later in their career, which that's a whole nother segment, a whole nother video that has nothing to do with thrash metal, because it's not thrash metal. But so, you know, we talk about Megadeth kind of peaked with Holy Wars, right? So like Metallica does that, you know, with regular occurrence on every one of their thrash albums, and you know, that's where I kind of struggled. Is like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about like. Because you could put Master of Puppets in this list, big, epic, amazing, big, grandiose song, but
like I wanted to put it in my list, but like it kind of like it's not as thrashy as Disposable Heroes.
But it's faster paced,
fast.
like it's faster beats per minute. But that's semantics, I guess. It doesn't necessarily feel as thrash, right? I mean, I see it. Disposable Heroes is a great fucking song, like great. But number one,
yes, number one.
Okay,
number uno. All
right.
Do we do? I do my.
If you want to do your honorable mentions, that's fine. I'm going to do mine, but you can forget yours if you want.
Whatever. Do you think Black Sabbath's Symptom of the Universe is a thrash?
So I'll allow it.
You allow it
because I feel like that's an early.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm not sure.
It's getting there.
I'm like,
it's getting there. First of all, it has that kind of.
Chugs, right?
But it has that high paced downstroke, a la Master of Puppets, right? Now it's a little bit more simplistic, right? Instead of you know, it doesn't have the kind of the gallop feel, but it has that kind of in your face freight train feel.
Yeah.
And then it breaks into that at the end that
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, so however, I will say. Yes, I feel like it's a precursor to thrash, absolutely. But if you're going to go there, you could also go down some rabbit holes with maybe Maiden, stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit of Maiden.
Because it would have that gallopy kind of beats. Maybe it doesn't have the punchiness that Symptom of the Universe does, because that does have very much of a aggressive kind of feel to it, like thrash. Yeah. So
I just like the riff; it's a good riff. Testament, Over the Wall. Is really good.
Testament's bad.
Fucking first song off that album, The Legacy, I believe is the album. Great fucking song. Anthrax, Indians. We already talked about that. Exodus, their first album, Bonded by Blood. Their title track, Bonded by Blood, is good. And then Strike of the Beast off that album too is just. They have a great guitar tone on that album. It's so mean. It makes you make that nasty look. It's so mean nasty. Guitar tone, man, nasty. So Megadeth, Killing is My Business. The Business is good. It's a fucking fantastic thrash song. Wake Up Dead is another good one by Megadeth.
More groovy than thrash, though.
It is a little bit. I mean, Slayer, Raining Blood, War, Ensemble. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. More Metallica, obviously. Blackened, Master of Puppets, The Four Horsemen, Hit the Lights, Whiplash.
I forgot about Whiplash.
Whiplash is great.
Shit.
I mean, we're talking. We're definitely talking the big four here. Obviously, they're the reason why they're the big four because they're fantastic. Motorhead's Overkill is very thrashy, and Metallica covered them.
So we mentioned punk that might have been influenced. Like I mentioned, Misfits. So, but Motorhead is definitely the bridge,
right there.
The bridge because they were that kind of, they had the nastiness and the darkness of Sabbath, but they definitely had that punk styling that was kind of the bridge to thrash metal. I feel like the bridge from Sabbath to punk was kind of Motorhead, right? Like it had that nasty kind of like the thrash attitude. So that's a good one because they're kind of the unsung heroes.
There's a lot of like songs like that in the early days, like Ace of Spades. Has a lot of that album has a lot of songs.
It is very thrashy before thrash.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the intricacy that Kill 'Em All or Killing 'Em is My Business, or even some of the Slayer Anthrax stuff has. It doesn't have that intricacy to it, but it still has that kind of like punchy. It's definitely heavier than punk. It's more of a bridge towards the heaviness of Sabbath, but then the punchiness and kind of attitude of punk. It's much closer.
It's much right
and
in that
so
pocket.
All those guys are all the big four are hugely influenced by Motorhead, so that makes sense.
Sepultura, Inner Self, the fucking opening track of that album is fantastic. Pantera's Primal Concrete Sledge. Oh, just such a nasty fucking fast song.
The breakdown is
insane.
It's classic Pantera.
Classic Pantera. Some Death. I mean, Death is more like, but they have some thrashy.
Death is a thrash band, man. I know that they're a pioneer of death metal, but they are a thrash.
I like in Human Form, Individual, Thought Pattern, and Open Casket are probably my favorite ones right there. Lamb of God's like first album. I can't remember what the album's called. But they're like top four. The first four songs, like Ruin, As the Palace Burns, Purified, and 11th Hour, just fucking nuts and thrashy as fuck. They've moved past that. They've more groove metal and that new wave of American metal after that. But their first album is pretty fucking thrashy.
We're getting to the end of your.
Okay. I'll go one more. Shadows Fall. Reveal in my Revel in My Loss, and Crushing Belial. Fantastic thrash songs. Good stuff. And that's my honorable mentions. I could go fucking a lot more if I wanted to, but Chris has got to go and spend another 30 minutes on his shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got double the honorable mentions that you have, so we're gonna save time.
Okay, what do you got?
So number 5, I'm gonna go. So this was tough for me because I was waffling back and forth between best songs by the bands and best thrash songs. So I ended up just going on instinct. What did I feel when I felt best thrash songs? What immediately jumped out to me? Right. So number 5 is gonna be Sepultura, Dead Embryonic Cells. So it's not an overtly thrashy song, but Sepultura is a great thrash band. Great. Underrated thrash band, really. And that song, I don't know, it just jumps to my mind as like when I want to play Sepultura for somebody, and we can get into the faster, we can get into Beneath the Remains and stuff like that later, but if you want to hear some just good, well-crafted thrash metal, Dead Embryonic Cells, because it still has one of the sickest breakdowns I've ever heard. To me, they kind of took what Slayer was doing and refined it and made it kind of more rhythmic in a way. And just kind of like more tighter. Slayer always struck me as a little bit loose. They weren't always as tight as their contemporaries. I'm not knocking Slayer or anything, because they'll make an appearance here, but I felt like Sepultura really refined what Slayer was doing and made it more melodic in a way, but also just tighter and more rhythmic. And Dead Embryonic Cells is a great example of that, especially the breakdown is just disgusting. I think number 4, I'm going to go Raining Blood by Slayer. Told you they'd make an appearance.
Raining Blood, huh?
Slayer, there are times when I'll knock Slayer for being a little loose and sloppy. The guitar solos are garbage, but goddamn do they write some fucking great thrash songs. So Raining Blood is just, to me, it's pinnacle. Like there's so much going on in that song. There's so much to chew on in a 4-minute song. So many great sections, so many great riffs. That opening, after it kicks in with the melodic harmony line, and then it kicks in that melodic kind of minor toned harmony line, by the way, which gives it kind of that evil, dark sound. And then when it breaks into the triplets with with the double kick behind it, it's just fucking nasty. And it's just quintessential Slayer.
I don't know. I think Angel of Death is a better song than Raining Blood.
I don't agree at all. I think Raining Blood is, it's just got that, it's like a bomb going off, right? It's just such an explosion, and to me, it's pinnacle Slayer. Probably their best song as well as their best thrash song. Number 3, I'm gonna go Holy Wars, Megadeth. So this is an
4.
example.
All right.
This is an example of where I'm picking probably the best song by the band as their best thrash song. Because honestly, when Megadeth goes full thrash, I don't like it as much.
No?
I kind of like it when they spread their wings more and jam more. And I feel like Holy Wars does that. It has the thrash element, but also has their kind of jam element with lots of the riffs, lots of the changes, stuff that they're kind of known for, and it just flows better to me than when they go full thrash. I don't like it. I still like it. Like it's not like I hate it, but it doesn't reach the pinnacle to me as much as Holy Wars, something like Hangar 18, Wake Up Dead, stuff like that does. But especially Holy Wars. It's not. It is thrashy. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as thrashy as some of their super thrashy stuff. But it's better. It's just a better song, and it strikes home with me more than a lot of the thrashier stuff.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Number 2. So I'm gonna give my boys in Anthrax some love here for number 2. So, and I'm putting them high, but I think they deserve to be high because to me they're just thrash. Like I think of Anthrax, I think thrash. Like that's
exactly. You just
like,
think
it's just
them is thrash. Yeah.
It's like talk about also a bridge to punk, right? Anthrax is very punky at times, but they also have those thrash riffs and that kind of that thrash tempo and attitude. I wanted to go Madhouse. I really did want to go Madhouse just to be different and not to be cliche, but I went Cotton Amash. Just like Cotton Amash. It's just such a great thrash song. It's perfect. Madhouse is right there. Indians is right there because Indians is actually a great thrash song, despite being also melodic and kind of more intricate. But it's just so fun to listen to, like fun to play as well. Play on guitar. I love playing that shit on guitar. It's so fun. It's just fun to jam to, fun to listen to. It just they're a band. They kind of remind me. This is kind of sound weird and kind of blasphemous. But they kind of remind me of almost Van Halen in a way. And hear me out. Because I can't listen to them and not have a smile on my face. I don't know what it is. Anthrax is like always like, even when I saw them live at the Big Four, it's like they open the show and it's just like, oh, okay, this is fun. Like it's just party. It's party.
There you go.
It's just good time. Like it doesn't.
They do have that good time.
They do. I don't know what it is. Like it's just an element to them. They can even be singing about dark shit. Like in Indians and whatnot, and it still comes off as being just cool and fun. Yeah. Unlike someone like Slayer, right? Totally like you never have a smile on your face.
It's just Slayer. Brutal fucking Slayer.
So Anthrax is different. Like they just kind of like you just want to be like you're almost smiling while in the pit.
Yeah, you just
it's
have
fucking
a
weird.
Great time.
It's fucking weird. Like, but
like
they every time I hear that band, it's almost like a breath of fresh air. Because they have that element to them that just makes you want to be like, yeah, let's get into this. This is awesome. This is fun. Like it's different from most metal. So I feel like they need a little bit more love. That's why they're at number 2.
There you go.
Number 1.
I know it's Metallica.
I'm going Battery. Like,
you're going Battery.
Like when you said top 5 thrash songs, my immediate
Battery.
it's Battery. Like,
I could Battery.
I mean that song.
Battery.
That song is the quintessential thrash song to me.
Yeah.
Everything, like the way the song is constructed and written, like I don't want to get nerd out on you too much here, as I often do, but the rhythm and the cadence is so perfectly done, and it sounds chaotic to a layman's ear. Someone who doesn't understand that kind of music will listen to it and be like, this just sounds like a bunch of noise. Yeah. No, what they're doing is super rhythmic and technical, especially James playing the verse riff while singing in a completely different timing and cadence. It's really hard to do. And there's a melody there. Like his vocals have melody and a cadence that adds a hook to the song that wouldn't otherwise be there. And then when they go into the simple part, right, the chorus, which is just dun, dun, he has a melody and a cadence to his vocals that kind of just draws you in, and then it's just perfect. It's perfect. And then the solo, the double kick, super thrashy, heavy part coming out of the solo, bringing it back into the verse, back to the chorus, and back to that part again at the end, and it just crushes, especially live. Oh my God, it's just huge. It's
Except
huge.
For now live, for some reason they don't play that bridge part where like it slows down, they go straight into the solo.
Yeah,
I don't know why they don't do it anymore.
They do sometimes, but not often.
Yeah.
Every once in a while they will. But yeah, a lot of times it'll be like a moment where James interacts with the crowd or whatever.
And then they go straight to the solo.
Right.
Yeah.
But every once in a while they will hit that part. Yeah. They had heard him do it a couple of times, and it's sick. But and yeah, that's disgusting. Like that part where it just breaks down. And it's super simple.
Yeah.
Like they go away from the kind of the complex rhythmic aspect and go into a super simple breakdown. Metallica's always been great at doing that. Bringing you in, drawing you in, and just making it heavy and mean and epic as fuck. It's just well written. Like it's just super well written. And you know, as a guitar player, I wish I could fucking write a thrash metal song like that. Like that's just the pinnacle to me.
Fantastic.
So
and then real quick on that song. So the song's called Battery. So so I'm at work. You know, I have radios at work, and they take batteries that are chargeable. So whenever someone's like, "Hey, can I get a battery real quick for my for my radio?" You can get a battery. I always do that shit. It's fantastic.
Can't kill the family. Battery is fun. I mean,
battery.
Again, even just the cadence and the vocal and the melody of the vocals in that song is just timeless. Timeless.
What's your honorable mention?
Honorable mention. So I mentioned Madhouse from Anthrax.
Good stuff.
Awesome, awesome. Could have easily been in the number 2 slot instead of Cotton Amash. Indians is up there as well. Indians is actually surprisingly thrashy, especially if you play it on guitar. It's like some nasty downstrokes.
I learned that on bass, and I love playing on it. It's so fun to play on bass. It's a lot of fun.
That's a super thrashy song. It's kind of sneaky thrashy because it comes off as more of a melodic song. Dun, 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 and it's got that super nasty downstroke a la Master of Puppets or something like that. Master of Puppets, another good honorable mention. Damage Incorporated. Blackened.
I did have Blackened on mine, I think. Yeah.
Fucking insanely good thrash song. So heavy, so groovy, it's so thrashy all at the same time. Very well written again. The changes and flows that it goes through. It's just an epically written song. Angel of Death. So yes, I love Angel of Death. It's not Raining Blood, but it's still fucking amazing. The breakdown in the middle is just disgusting. One of the best ever. Death. I love me some Death. Yes. Come on. They are a thrash band.
What one you got?
They pioneered death metal, yes, but they are a thrash band to me. Scavenger of Human Sorrow.
Oh my God.
So come on. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I want to put Spirit Crusher, but that belongs in the favorite song segment, not in the best thrash segment. So once again, but Scavenger of Human Sorrow, come on. That's a fucking thrash song right there. Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights, the one that started it all. Come on. One. Okay, we're a little Metallica heavy as usual, but
it's funny the ending is. But
that's a fucking epic ass thrash song. Are you kidding me? Thrashy as fuck. Really?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
I didn't say Fade to Black.
I said the ending.
I said one. It's thrash. Like it's pure thrash. Like that shows you what you can do with thrash. Period. End of story. No other thrash band was doing anything like that at the time. They showed you how you could go on a ride, a roller coaster ride, and at the end, thrash the fucking shit out of you.
Thrash is out at the end,
yeah. Fight fire with fire. Yeah. Come on, the beautiful classical acoustic intro. Domination, Pantera. So Pantera's more of a groove metal band, but they dabbled. They They were hugely influenced by Slayer and Metallica.
I thought that was a little more groovier than.
It's super thrashy though. The main riff.
I mean, the main riff. Thrashy. Yeah, it's thrashy right
super thrashy. Super thrashy, and then it settles into the which has thrash elements to itself as well, right? It's a little thrashy and groovy at the same time, but the main riff is super thrashy.
It's there, it's cool.
And then Breakdown, one of the sickest ever again. So, I got to give my boys in Shadows Fall some love. Come on. If you guys haven't listened to Shadows Fall, you need to listen to more fucking Shadows Fall.
I'm going to make you listen to them.
They are the best modern thrash band, but everybody will have you believe they're metalcore, and sure, War Within is pretty metalcore, although it's got some great thrash moments in there as well. Fire in Babylon, Stepping Outside the Circle. What's my other one? Crushing Belial. You mentioned Crushing Belial. Crushing Belial.
Stepping out of the circle.
Stepping outside the circle. It's pure thrash.
That's a great fucking.
It's pure fucking. It's pure fucking like Testament.
Yes.
Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, all rolled into one. Like it's just pure thrash.
Good stuff.
And Crushing Belial is incredible.
Incredible song.
And Fire in Babylon is an epic thrash song along the lines of something like Disposable Heroes or something like that, where there's so many great thrash elements in there, but it's also groovy, melodic, and has some great cadences to it. A lot of changes. Epic as fuck. So Shadows Fall definitely needs some love because they waved the thrash song long when it was dead. When all that was out there was Kill Switch Engage and Lamb of God, although they were playing some thrash stuff, like you said. And, you know, a lot of bands like that. Shadows Fall was definitely waving the thrash flag, and not a lot of people noticed. I did.
You noticed. Yes, sir. And that is our top 5 thrash metal songs of all time. If you got a better list, go ahead and comment, and Chris will argue with you.
No. I'm not arguing anything. We left a bunch of shit out. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit out there that, like, oh, come on. Like Death Angel. I mean, fucking.
There's a lot I
didn't even get into it. There's so much. There's so much
thrash songs.
Like, narrowing it down was tough. I essentially narrowed it down to, like, my favorite thrash bands, but there's so many still good ones out there.
It's kind of like a point of preference, I guess. You know, what do you prefer? What have you been listening to a lot, I guess? But give us your list anyways, you know, in our comments. Let us know what your top 5 thrash songs of all time are. And we got more episode 19 of Beer Night headed your way. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button.
Easier for you to say, buddy.
Subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up.
Subscribe to us, please.
And we keep pumping out content for you. So cheers to you. We got more for you.